Hello again, this is Deltaclimber and old Squiddy coming to you from Roblox and World Zero. I have been running this dungeon trying to get this sword. This Grave Tower World 1 final dungeon at the 100 level, and I have run it and I still didn't get the sword. I actually got the armor, that is the Witch Hunter armor. I did get the Witch Hunter armor, but I couldn't get the sword, so I kept looking around. Took myself a little break. I came back and I was looking through shops, and like that great bow is there, I found the Void Slayer, and it was about 2 mil. So I got the Void Slayer, and now I'm going to go make a Zero longsword. I'm going to go make a Zero longsword. Thought you guys might want to tag along as I did, and we've looked at how to make the Zero staff. Oh, there's a little store. Sorry. Oh, you become a shopaholic on this game. Oh my goodness. There was a black sheep for 15K. That would have been a good buy. But no goodbye. Yes, if you open up a shop and you start making money here, and then you start buying stuff cheap and reselling it for a little bit of profit, it is quite addictive. The economy in this game, a lot of people agree with me that this economy makes this game more of an MMORPG in Roblox than it does some little kiddie game. As you can see, just out of habit. I'm so sorry. All right, we're going to go up here and we're going to talk longswords. Now, why, you may ask, do you want a longsword? That's a good question. Let's talk longswords here at the Zero, anvil. All right. First of all, let's look at the classes. We go to classes, and Paladin is a tier 3 class. It's not the most powerful, and that is the you can go down another one and get dual wielder, or you can do Paladin with the shield. But they have a place here, and I just believe they're going to come up with another tier 5 class that's going to be dealing with the sword. Because look at these, you got tier 4 with a bow. They're not going to make a tier 4 with a bow, so they're not going to make a tier 5 with a bow. I don't think they're going to go from sword. They're going to do the sword next, I believe. And when they do, I'm going to have, I've already got a Zero sword, but I'm thinking of keeping this one also and not selling it, so that I can dual wield if they come up with some tier 5 dual wielding or something. I've got to see what goes on here. It's so hard to find the swords. Let's take a look at the dungeons real quick. Here in Grave Tower, that's World 1 final dungeon, you can go for the Void Slayer. And of course, you have the Witch Hunter armor. And on both of these are 3.4. And this is cool too. When you do Paladin, you also get a third item. You can also get a shield. And if indeed you have VIP, you can get 2 chests, not just 1 chest. Okay, so that is World 1. World 2's final dungeon at 100 level. You can get the Spire Slayer. And I have the really cool looking Firebane there. That's World 2's final dungeon. World 3's final dungeon at the 100 level. You can get the Glacier Edge. And this Holy Knight is very pretty armor. I've always enjoyed the way it looks and all. And of course you got the Winter's Heart shield and all. That's World 3 final dungeon. World 4 final dungeon, which is a pain because you have to fight the trickster and all the floors fall out from underneath you and all sorts of stuff. You can get Titan Slayer. It's a really cool looking longsword. The Phoenix Heart shield or the Phoenix plate armor. That is World 4 final dungeon. World 5 dungeon at the Nightmare 100 level, you can get the Infernus, teeth, dragon skin, which is one of the coolest looking armors also, and then the solar heart. That's 5. 6 at the 100 level. This is the undersea world or whatever. You got squid face, like doesn't look like a squid face, maybe a skeleton, I don't know, but squid face shield, deep trench sword, or the night terror armor. And lastly, at the underworld world 7 dungeon at the nightmare level, you can get gilded champion, angel armor, or the crestfall. Crestfall is a really cool looking shield there. And those are the places and what the different swords, armors, and shields you can get. So, let's go make a 0 longsword. All right, longsword. Nope, that's a great sword. Here's longsword. They're all lit up. I'm curious to what all the perks. I tried to come up with some good perks. Opening strike at 25%. Elite's boss. Mob boss. Mob boss, I don't think it's really that good. Because, you know, she's better be the mob's boss without it. I mean, it really doesn't do a whole lot to me. You have opening strike. It looks like opening strike. Opening strike is when you make your first attack, it does extra damage on enemies that have full health or something. And is this again? I think that's against all, even bosses and everybody. It does damage when everybody has a certain number of health, extra damage. And that'll be good to beat them on down, I guess. So I wish I could get you guys feedback. Elite boss, 24, or opening strike, 25. Interesting. Well, let's move on and see here. Next, we have Ultra Charge 10. There's a Crit 11, Critical 11, and then it looks like Ultra Charge 10. You got a Frost 79. I like to get these things on my armor. Life Drain, Ultra Charge 10, it looks like. 10, 11. And Elite's boss, we're going to go ahead with those. I tried to get swords with better perks on them, but beggars can't be choosers. I just could not get most of these things myself. $1 million, and here we go. And it's melting down those swords and molding a new one. You have to have super beam of light, fire, whatever, to really heat it up and make it. And it is actually a kind of a cool looking sword to me. And there we have it. Let's see what it looks like. There it is. 24, 11, 10. Now, it's 0 stuff sounds really cool. And it is. It keeps you alive. The armor keeps you alive. And the weapons do a lot more damage than non-0. I thought they would do a whole lot more than just 14.8. When the regular one does about 10k when it's maxed out, this one only does 14.8. But the point I'm making is that remember your money, because you've got to max it out, and it could cost you a whole lot of money to max this thing out. Because when you get to 10, from 10 to 20, it's all 10% chance to max out your stuff. All right, the last thing I'm going to make and video record will be making of a 0 bow. But we just made a 0 sword, and the 0 sword is pretty cool. But let's see what. And now we've got dual wielder. A lot of people like dual wielder. It is cool. And you throw sword. And that's the X. All right. So, dual wielder or, again, paladin. Dual wielder or paladin. So those are the sword classes so far, but I just believe they're going to fill this in something with swords. That is my hope anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, play it, have it fun, play it straight, don't cheat. But until then, we'll see you guys. Hope you get good drops soon. Arrivederci.
This has been a Deltaclimber Studio production.